So, here, these are techniques. I'm just going to show you right away kind of how we did a lot of the shots. We would just do multiple passes of people. This is something I actually did myself that didn't make it into the movie, but kind of shows, you just take elements from several different passes, and then as long as they didn't cross one another, then I could put them all together. This shot here, I use this picture for reference. I actually used the gun.
He's like just holding the end of it, so he's got like one hand like.
Why gotta be firing?
Oh.
Just take him out.
Okay.
Hands extended, probably like that.
He's kind of like this. They're like kind of tucked in.
Yeah. Is it recording?
Yeah.
So basically, I just acted it out and pretended I was shooting it. I tried to make a model, but it didn't turn out very well. So we motion tracked my hand shaking and put that to my hands. And we did some green screen passes where I was just running it from the camera to make it seem like there was a bigger army than there actually was. So I threw those in the foreground. Kind of helps hide the effects a little bit too. This was another shot we tried. I was out with Nate. So I tried tracking the gun with my hands on the shot too. You can see there. Probably made the gun too big there, but put some sandbags there in front of me, and then I had a camera shake to kind of intensify the scene. But like I said, it just didn't feel good enough to me, so I left it out of the movie. Here's another shot. I took the gun out of a picture. Just filmed that while I was on the porch of where I was living, and it's pretty much doesn't look that good when you focus on it, but in the movie I don't think really people pay attention to how bad it looks, as long as you know what's going on. Just shook the camera on that shoot, and then keyed out that gun image, add to the flashes and whatnot. And this shot, I kind of already dealt with how the tank was kind of done. But a big part of this movie was just trying to have effects showing how big the army was. On here I took a tower, put in the background to see. I don't know why they would have that, but also tried to replace the skyline a little bit, and I don't know, it's unique. After I realized this movie's not 300, I took that out and went back to the original look, I think. Then there wasn't a whole lot going on in the right part of the shot, and wanted to hide that, so I green screened myself and then put myself in the foreground out of focus on the right side. Wasn't always visual effects too. This was just Scott walking back and forth in front of the camera, and here we're running around the back side of the camera and making loops around it to make it look like there's more guys than there actually is. So these are just a lot of the techniques that we're using to make our army look big. The real tank here is just the only one walking in front of it, and then I just copied that pass over again at a different length in time. Copying was done there. Just want to show you a lot of the shots that we tried to do, using the same method every time.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, that looks good. Move him forward a little bit. Yeah. A little bit more. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's good. Stay there.
So that I did an artificial tilt up or whatever, and I don't know, it looks okay, I think. And of course that's stay conscious. But a lot of the times, like I said, there's only two guys on set, and normally this wouldn't have to be a visual effect shot here, and I'm sure nobody thought it was a visual effect, but it was just me and Nate. We had one guy operating the camera and one guy kind of paying attention to where they couldn't cross over the line. So that's me crossing the background, Snake foreground, just put it together. So yeah, that was a visual effect. Also in that shot, it's just me and Nate filming this at the time. So I needed to, I took a still frame of those guys all together and tracked it with the move of the camera there. This shot I had in the other one too. That's forced perspective. And just cut out the wheels because it looked a little funny. But I don't know, I think it all plays out pretty well in the movie. Put a slight zoom in on the shot. This we tried doing forced perspective with the tank, and you can see here's fast motion of me playing the dead guys. Kind of showing you how long it takes to do one of these shots in fast motion anyway. But after I had done the special effects shot, I didn't want to go out there again to get that certain shot, and I didn't like the way the tank looked, so I ended up copying and pasting little pieces of the grass in that area and trying to cover up the tank, and then covered the rest up with widescreen. So that was kind of a stupid thing to have to do. But it seemed cheaper than going out, or not cheaper, but it just seemed easier for me than going out and shooting it again without the tank. Here's just some other shots of the same method over and over again. But I think people forget how many shots actually shows all these troopers, and you know, there's just 2-3 guys on set at a time, so you do what you can. See, one guy would be manning the camera, and one guy would run down and act like all the bodies that we had down there. And then there's a lot of times when I went out there by myself and I just needed quick little shots, and that would be just me running, getting the material I needed to edit the movie together.